This is Enugu, the coal city, a land of love and destiny. Somewhere in this blessed land, nestled in between Park Avenue and Abakaliki Road, GRA, Enugu, lies a very special place, a school that shaped the destinies of most children of the entire eastern Nigeria. All Saints Primary School, now Ekulu Primary School. The story of Ekulu dates way back to 1956. It was first established as All Saints Primary School by Reverend Timothy Fyffe, an Anglican missionary. Reverend Timothy Fyffe served as the manager of the school and was instrumental in shaping its early years. His daughter still carries on his legacy, alongside many children he impacted on.
I have memories of the weekly prayer group meeting in our garden. So we had a huge as a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, it felt like we had a huge number of people come, and I remember walking out of my bedroom onto the veranda, looking through the squares, and seeing all these lights, and everybody was out there, and they were having a prayer group. And I think they used to do that. I mean, I don't remember it all because I should have been asleep. But so I remember him doing that, and I remember he was always, his flock always meant, I think sometimes there were conversations between my parents as to whether the church mattered more than my mother did. But that's kind of, I think, standard for a lot of vicars of his generation, and certainly, I think it meant, the church meant a lot to him, and I think he always threw himself into whatever he was doing, and it made it really mattered to him. I don't know whether this is a moment to say that he came back over the border after. So we were evacuated during the Biafran War, and my mother refused to go if she was going to have to take me and my brother on her own, and how much I remember and how much I've just been told, I don't know, but we were evacuated on a cargo ship, I think from Port Harcourt, and she'd insisted she wouldn't go without Dad, so Dad finally agreed to come with her when Colonel Ojukwu had said he didn't think he could keep us safe. And we went, and they arrived, when we got on deck, they said, right, men in that direction, women and children in that direction. And my mother said, no, absolutely not having that. So we slept on deck, because they were separating families. And we came home, and then we went, my father settled us in a house near Cambridge, because that's where my mother's parents lived. And he went back. He found somebody who would take him in from Cameroon in the middle of the night over the border, because the borders were closed. And he went back because he couldn't leave his flock. He knew that Mum and my brother and I were safe in England. So back he went, and I think he went back for about a year, just over a year, I think. And I remember my mother getting letters that would say, the bombing is at the end of the street or whatever. So his people mattered to him, enormously, and he was always very proud of having been part of independence, and part of trying to support that. And I think he was also very proud of the work that he had done in All Saints Church, and in the school.
I've always known him as Papa because my I've got an older brother called Richard and a younger sister called Abigail. And when Richard was little, he couldn't say grandpa, so he said Papa. So I've always known him as my Papa. And he was always doing something. When I was sort of small, he was sort of in his late 70s and then 80s and 90s. And he acted like he was 50. He sort of rode his bicycle. He used to go and visit, in his 90s, he'd go and visit old people and they would be in their 70s. And it never fazed him that they were 20 years younger than him. It didn't seem to occur to him that was a problem. And I grew up on the stories of the people he'd inspired. There's a lovely book of, I think she's called Catherine. And I don't know if you have a copy of the book that you could share, but he inspired her to join Doctors Without Borders. So she goes into war zones and she treats, and she wrote a book about her experiences, and she dedicated it to Papa because she said without him, she would never have had the bravery to do any of the things that she'd done. And from my perspective, she's done amazing things. But she believes that without him reassuring her that she was in the right place, using her skills for the right reasons, she very much credits him with having inspired her to do that. And I think that really, for me, sums up who he was. He believed that you should use your skills to the best of your ability. If you are a great doctor, you should be using it to help those who have nothing. If you are a great speaker, you should be inspiring people to do the best that they can do. Dad's primary message that he brought me up with was love, respect, peace, the things that Jesus stands for. And he got involved in a lot of things which we've talked about quite a bit. And he did a lot of interfaith work when he was living in Wolverhampton after I'd left home, including going to Friday prayer at the local mosque. He never, ever shook in his Christian faith. It was never a matter of, but his respect for people, his respect for trying to make people's lives better, for loving people. And I think that's the message that in this mad world that we're living in at the moment, I would like to be remembered for. I would like him to be remembered for. I would like him, if you can do something for your neighbour, and also his curiosity about the world. He wanted to know more about anything and everything, and people could do all of this. And yeah, he was amazing. He was amazing.
Our dad, Dick Maston, was in the Peace Corps from 1965 to 1967, at which time we attended All Saints School.
Our mother, Mary Maston, was a kindergarten teacher at All Saints School.
And we have so many fabulous memories of All Saints School, including this song.
From near and far, from different lands we come, learning together and growing together, trusting each other in love and unity.
With me we have Louise McLean, who was a colleague of Amy Laxton, and Hugh Carter, who was a very good friend of Amy Laxton. And we are going to share a few moments and memories of Amy, as you would remember her as a friend and colleague, Louise, and as a friend and someone at church, Hugh. Can I start off with you, Louise? What do you remember and recall of Amy as a friend and colleague?
Well, I started teaching at Bishop Mill Primary School in 1977, and Amy was teaching then. She was a Primary 7 teacher, and she was also deputy head. Amy was a very, very good teacher. So not only was she a good teacher, but she was an excellent member of the management team. You know, I was just a young teacher starting out, you know, in QT, and Amy was a very experienced teacher, and she gave me a lot of advice, and I valued that advice very, very much.
And that was after Amy came from Nigeria that she started teaching
Yes,
at Bishop Mill.
it was. Amy taught at Bishop Mill, I would say, in the 70s and 80s, and she retired in the 80s. Yes.
And you, what is your recollections of Amy's life?
Well, I certainly met Amy through the church. She sang in the church choir, she taught in the Sunday school. She was friendly with everyone, but I was particularly privileged, along with Jim Manson and Jim Royne, to be her executors. And that was a great honour for us because she was a lovely person. But I also knew her at Bishop Mill School. My children and my grandchildren have all gone to Bishop Mill, and I served on the PTA for a spell. So it was the connection between the church and Bishop Mill that I really got to know Amy well. One particular piece of music at her funeral, she wanted Fauré's Requiem, which is beautiful. I remember that. But she was always smiling. But she could be tough when she wanted to be.
All Saints Primary School became Ekulu Primary School after the war. It was named after the great Ekulu River by the state government under Okpabi Asika. After the war, the school began to take giant strides to rebuild what appeared to be war-torn. Students would resume studies in bullet-laden windows and other areas, but talents shone brilliantly against all odds, thanks to the people in charge. Let's hear Dr. Ugo Dag Elams, Ni Okpara, the daughter of the Premier of Eastern Nigeria, Michael Okpara, speak on this.
It is a great honor to talk about Ekulu Primary School, a place that represents not only learning, but history, resilience, and hope. Before Ekulu Primary School, this site was home to All Saints School, founded in 1956 and run by the Anglican Church with the support of missionaries from Great Britain. It was a center of academic excellence and moral instruction for the community. I, Ugodag Alams, Ni Okpara, daughter of the Premier of Eastern Nigeria, the Honorable Dr. Michael Okpara, was privileged to attend that pioneering institution which fostered critical thinking, creativity, and personal growth. All Saints School laid a strong foundation that proved instrumental in the development of my academic, social, and leadership skills, ultimately shaping my ability to adapt across 4 continents and eventually settling in North America as a physician. History took a difficult turn during the Nigerian Civil War. In 1966, as Enugu was evacuated amidst the crisis, All Saints School was forced to close its doors, marking a period of disruption and uncertainty. Yet, from that challenging period came a new beginning. After the war, the state government transformed the site into Ekulu Primary School as part of its universal primary education program, opening its doors to all children, regardless of background. This was more than a transition. It was a powerful statement of renewal, inclusion, and determination. Today, Ekulu Primary School stands as a testament to what can emerge from adversity. It has produced generations of leaders, professionals, and community builders whose impact is felt both locally and globally. Their success reflects the strong values nurtured here: discipline, curiosity, and excellence. As we celebrate today, may this great institution continue to inspire and empower future generations.
My name is Peter Fyffe, and I went to Ekulu Primary School from 1972 to 1977. Ekulu was the foundation, of course, and I went there shortly after the Civil War. My older sister, Chinwe, also went to Ekulu, or All Saints, as it was when she was there, immediately after the Civil War. My younger brother, Jidafo, also went to Ekulu, and he was a year after me at Ekulu. Ekulu was the foundation. There's not enough words, I think, in the vocabulary to describe what kind of foundation it was, especially as it was coming after the Civil War, but it provided an excellent education that has been a platform for everything I've done thereafter: secondary school, university, work, life generally. Ekulu is it. It was it, and it should remain it, and that's why we've come together to celebrate the 70th anniversary.
Congratulations and happy 70th anniversary to All Saints and Ekulu Primary School. Yes, 70 years, best primary school ever. My name is Chike Tabansi. I entered Ekulu Primary School September 1973, and I belong to the 1979 set. Ekulu, oh my God, what can I say? Legendary headmistress, Mrs. Emily Moneke. She was absolutely brilliant. Our school felt like, God, any school compared to England or America. All the civil servants' children all went to the school, all the rich people's children, all the governor's children, everybody was in the school. It was a good mix, but nobody felt any different because the school promoted harmony amongst each other. You know, all our parents were civil servants, you know, the business people, the whole community, everybody knew everybody. So it was a school that you felt really at home. My fond memories of going to Mami Market across the railway station, railway track, going to Daily Times to buy things. Or if you get caught, you're in trouble. And also going to the golf course where they had, after the war, they had the military, broken down military vehicles. It was such a beautiful school. My memories of it, I still remember very well 1973. And sometimes what happened a month ago, I don't remember, but I remember Ekulu because it's such a beautiful school. I remember all my teachers, Mrs. Obaracha, Mrs. Ife Debe, Mrs. Nzeku, Mrs. Ojuku, Mrs. Ayuche, you know, Mrs. Nzeku. Remember all my teachers very well. And all my friends that I made in Ekulu, I'm still friends with them, you know, till today. Most beautiful school. Happy 70th anniversary to All Saints and Ekulu. Thank you so much. Best primary school ever.
Sadly, over the years, the school we once knew as a source of pride and joy gradually became a shadow of its former self as education stopped being top priority for the government. Public school became abandoned, but it's all about remembrance as Ekulu turns 70. Remembrance of the way things were and gratitude to the people in the school who helped shape innumerable destinies. Old students have now come together to give back to the school that gave so much to them. This significant movement started with one amazing woman, Ifesinachi Ezike.
From a vision to a legacy, the story of the Ekulu Elites Group began on August 7, 2020, amidst the global silence of COVID-19. I felt a calling to reconnect, and I reached out to my sister Obiamaka, a lawyer in the UK, with a vision to gather the graduates of Ekulu Primary School under one virtual roof. Her response was simple and encouraging. Go ahead. Your name resonates with our old schoolmates. With the support of Aline Okonkwo, a management consultant, and my classmates, 77 sets, my siblings, Odega, a prominent entrepreneur and chairman of Enugu Chamber of Commerce, and Onyinye, a director in one of the federal government's parastatals, the Ekulu Elites Group was born. What started as a small WhatsApp group quickly exploded, outgrowing its capacity almost overnight and requiring a second platform to house the growing community. Aims of the group. Our goal was clear: to unite like-minded alumni, support one another's professional endeavors, and give back to the school that raised us. We are committed to transforming Ekulu Primary School into a model school of international standards. Now came the formalization and the emergence of EPSA, Ekulu Primary School Alumni Association. In 2022, the group transitioned into a formal entity, the Ekulu Primary School Alumni Association. And the key contributors to this milestone include Chairman Wilson, the current president who oversaw the registration, Peter Ntefe, a legal luminary and 1997 alumnus, my classmate, who drafted the constitution and served as the primary driver of the group's structure. Peter's selfless service was inspired by his own mother, who was a teacher at Ekulu Primary School. A foundation of trust. Our progress has been bolstered by a dedicated board of trustees. We owe much to our chairman, Chioke, Peter's bestie, for his unwavering financial and moral support. I am also deeply moved by the involvement of Miriam Omalu, my late mother's star pupil, as well as Ebela Wakamokoro and Chinzoji, whose deep family ties to my own parents make this association feel like a true homecoming. Now a call to action to our ESCO and every member. Let us ensure that the labor of our teachers was not in vain. Let us work hand in hand to uphold our objectives and secure the future of Ekulu Primary School.
Today, the school is in dire need. Though there is a stark physical difference between the former and recent, talents are still the same and needs to be harnessed. This cannot be achieved without your invaluable input. It is indeed time to restore our beloved school to what it once was.
You guys are doing an awesome job, and it's a good thing to give back to the school which gave us a jump start in life. Physically, I won't be present with you at the occasion, but I'll be with you in spirit, cheering you on. And I promise to do my fair share to contribute to whatever it takes to get that school up and running again.
I wish you the warmest of blessings as the Ekulu Primary School celebrate your wonderful milestone. To celebrate also the life of one of our members, someone who grew up in Elgin and who left a very important mark in our community as she did in yours, Miss Amy Laxton. Amy and her dad, Alwyn, who was an organist for many years in our congregation, played a leading role in the life and in the community of Elgin. Amy then also very specifically in the life of Bishop Mill School here in Elgin, where she was a deputy head teacher. We thank you for remembering her. We thank you for honoring her. And we also thank you for reminding us about the witness and the memory that Amy has left behind to Elgin and its community. As we celebrate then together the success of the school over so many years, and as you as alumni remember the wonderful teachers that played an important role in your lives, we also would like to pass on the Lord's blessing in the words that Amy held dear to her heart. Thine be the glory that belongs to God, the glory that Amy lived in her life, and that she also passed on to so many pupils through their lives and also the careers that followed after their time at school. So from us in Elgin to you at Ekulu Primary School, our best wishes and blessings on this very special moment in the life and in the journey of the school.
As the saying goes, the hand that gives stays very open to receive. What a blessing. Today we're proud beneficiaries of seeds sown decades ago by our selfless leaders, visionary teachers, and by our late founding father, Reverend Timothy Fyffe. These people gave their knowledge, they gave their time. Most importantly, they gave their love. When we give back, it's a declaration of gratitude. We are honoring our roots, honoring our heritage, and most importantly, investing in those little children that dared to walk through the same corridors that we did, that dared to dream bigger than we did, that dared to rise higher than we did. So together, let's give back. Let us give back to Ekulu Primary School, formerly All Saints Primary School.
It's time to give back. It's Give Back 2026. It is happy 70th anniversary, All Saints Primary School, now Ekulu Primary School.